We want a city that imagines what is unimaginable before, right? And the thing is, creativity is a muscle, right? So if you educate your children to take standardized tests for 35 years and then you wonder in year 36 where all the creative people are, that's on us, right? To be the city that we can be, we need to put creativity in all of its forms at our core. We built large lecture halls because knowledge was scarce, and you had to come to a hot shop. And as you can see in this pixelated photo, every one of those kids is checked out because they've got more knowledge on their hip right now than anybody can give them. And that's going to turn the whole nature of cities, of education, of connection and community on its ear in the 21st century, right? So why would we start thinking about building a campus for the 20th century for people who are going to build the 21st century and retire in 2060, right? And this is happening today with your children and with mine, classrooms all over America. Kansas City's Arts District, its diverse urban school settings, its Bohemian Crossroads District, its nationally revered and treasured Jazz District, right? Its futuristic Google Fiber network, and its storied entrepreneurial culture. That's the ideal real-world setting for our students as they create their own careers in the 21st century, right? So for many of us, it's a joy to imagine what might happen if we place the conservatory right in the heart of America's creative crossroads. Mark Gehringer and Asha Singh can't wait for it to be built, right? Neither can Ryan Lee, right? From Paseo High School, now working with Robbie Watson and UMKC's jazz program. Neither can Tate Addis or Wei Shen, who are here on stage with Yo-Yo Ma, the cellist you may have heard about, on Hellsberg Hall stage. Right? So these photos that I'm sharing with you of our students in Hellsberg and our students in Kaufman, those are moments our students will treasure for the rest of their days. And they happened here in Kansas City. And I see that as a distinctive strength for the conservatory for its next century. We went to New York City and we took that hill and came back with that terrific tagline from the New York Times, right? That UMKC's conservatory was one of the country's liveliest academies. The terrific thing is we didn't play Carnegie Hall. We played a little club, people had drinks, and we played for an audience of 650, and it was fantastic, right? And that, I think, this idea of having your scotch and listening to great music, that is a meme that you'll see evolve over the course of the 21st century, right? And the great thing about Kansas City is that vibe is right across the street from the Kaufman Center. So we have this ecosystem that Manhattan would kill for, because there's this set of proximities that are possible that we've created here. And so the real question is how we create our own our own story here, not a West Side Story as we know it in Kansas City, in New York City, this West Side Story, right? In 1959, Eisenhower sticks a shovel in the ground. In a slum, it's where West Side Story was shot. 2 generations later, it becomes the wealthiest residential and real estate district in New York City, right? 10 performing arts companies and 2 performing arts schools. $1.57 billion of economic impact annually in New York City, right? And Harlan can tell you better than I the impact of the arts here in Kansas City. $271 million conservatively, right? Here in Kansas City. So a really remarkable setting. And this is our Kansas City story. $1.57 billion of arts construction since 2005 and an investment downtown of $6 billion in total. And the question we're asking ourselves is, great, it's here, it's built, how do we activate it and how do we sustain it, right? That's the puzzle. And one of the other things that's really unique about the conservatory is we're 100 years old and we're always 18 to 35. How many of us have an interest in doing business in China in the 21st century in this room? Where are we going to meet? I'll tell you where we're going to meet. We will meet over food and culture, just as we do with visitors who come to Kansas City. Think of the vehicle that we have available to us now in the 21st century, the envy of many. When the Kaufman Center becomes 48 years old, as it will be when Asha and Mark retire, you will still have 18 to 35-year-olds clamoring for your Thursday night ticket. Your Thursday night ticket. Who wants your Thursday? The students who can't afford the Friday or Saturday night tickets. You see this ecosystem? Ask the people in San Francisco, ask the people in Philadelphia, ask the people in Los Angeles, ask the people in Boston. This works, we're not making this up. But this idea is about linking everything. It's about building a sense of connection. And so that's one of the pieces that we'll be speaking about. We encourage you to attend. Anne will shoot me if I don't speak about this slide. Because the Downtown Council has made this initiative part of their annual meeting. And we will have Mayor Sly James coming back from Barcelona, we hope. And Joseph Polisi, who's the president of Juilliard, will be joining us on this panel discussion. And we'll perform a little bit for you, too. And that'll be on December 14th in Bartle Hall. And we look forward to that, as I have looked forward to being with you this afternoon. Thank you, friends.